Hello and welcome to Creative Madness. Today we are going to create a beautiful DIY Ramadan garland. I use these items from home, and it's a great project with kids to keep them interested during this time. So the items you will need is basically glue gun, cardstock, thread. You can scissors and a paint marker. So the first thing we are going to do is actually get the font. I simply went on the font.com, searched for the font, a simple script, write down Ramadan, and took a screenshot and saved it. Then I basically write down Mubarak, took the screenshot, and then basically saved it. The next thing I did is search for the lanterns template. So upon scrolling, I basically liked this one, so I just simply clicked on it and saved that into my iPad. Once everything is saved, now I have all the images I need for the project. I went into design space and cleaned them up. I uploaded the image, cleaned the backdrop, saved it. I did the same with the letters, with the lantern. Basically, you're just clicking whatever you want to remove so that when it's cutting, it's not cutting those. It's cutting it well. I saved it as well as Mubarak 2 and then selected the image which I'm going to cut. I use Cricut Design Space a lot because it's easier for projects like this, but if you don't have it, you can basically cut the image out and trace it on a cardstock and cut it out. Now you can see that I'm just trying to cut it according to the size of the mat. You can use a bigger mat to cut out the image, or you can use a regular size mat. This is the perfect size for me, so I just simply adjusted it, made sure my setting is on cardstock, and now just I'm cutting it out. um Basically, I've done several projects with Cricut, and one of the best thing I liked about it is because it's easier, less time consuming, and it can do in very complicated cuts as well. Before I had a Cricut, I used to trace, as I said, and that used to take a long time. The quality of the cut was not similar, but it's up to you if you want to trace it out, cut it out, or you have Cricut to cut it out for you. Now I'm just simply removing the cut image, and you can see that because it's a delicate cut, so I'm just going to use a spatula which that comes with the tools, and then just simply removing it from the mat. So I'm just doing it very slowly because I don't want to rip it. It has happened several times where in the past when I'm trying to remove something, it just rip it in half. So now you can see this is the Ramadan that we have cut out. The second, we are going to do the same with Mubarak, and you can see it's the same thing. Now we are going to take a golden paint marker and just trace out on the edges to give it a finished look. It's up to you if you want to do this part or not. I like golden, so that's why I added it on my garland, but it's up to you. You can skip this portion as well. In Cricut, you also have the option to do this portion where you just simply write down the image, like the cutout you want, and instead of doing it by hand, it can do that for you. So now you can see we have traced out gold on the edges, and this is what the final look is. Now we are going to cut out the lanterns, as we are simply just selecting the image, cutting it out according to the size I want. I just keep in mind that I'm just making the size according to my Ramadan. Now what I did was, these are the cutoffs for the pink, was a cutoff from the pink lantern, so I'm just gluing it in the orange one to kind of give it a neat look. If you don't want to do that, it's up to you. You can leave that blank as well. That will look nice. I just don't want to waste paper, so I just did this step. So I usually took tape and just gluing them out. So this is the final look, and then I'm just now going to repeat the same process with the pink lantern, where I'm just inserting the windows, the orange windows, and then gluing it out. You can also cut out these windows at bigger size and use the glue instead, if you don't have tape at home. Whatever works for you. You can even use crepe paper as a window if you want. I didn't had it at the side at the time when I was making this garland, so I was just using what I have. So this is the second, third lantern which I just glued it out. Then I also used the golden and to give it a finished look. You can see the finished part. Now I'm just gluing these lanterns together to kind of the design I want. So you can see I just want to make sure that these are straight glued, and then I did one orange, one pink on top of each other and glued them together. The tape side is anyways going to be in the back side, so it doesn't even give you the effect that you have used tape. Now I'm going to use the string. I have the golden string luckily on hand, but it's up to you. Whatever string you have, just make sure your string is big enough according to your garland. And what I did was I took both the ends, and then I just kind of tied it, so whatever the center portion is where I'm going to glue these letters. So as I'm gluing them upside down, so we want to make sure that you are setting it up how you want the garland to be. So I put the lanterns, then I put Mubarak, then I put Ramadan, and then I put lanterns again. So also want to make sure that they are straight. If it's not, then your garland will not look nice. I'm just simply taking the hot glue and just sticking it, putting it on the string, and then just taking a scissors, just kind of dabbing it to make sure it's stuck well. So I'm just not gluing it in every dot, just whatever the bigger letters are, that's where I'm gluing it. So you don't have to do it in every letter, just major ones, so it kind of stuck well. I did the same thing with Ramadan as well, so I'm just gluing them. So just going over with the scissors again to make sure that it it's stuck well, it's not coming off or anything like that. And just keep your thread straight. If it's not straight, then you probably have to do this again. As I've done Mubarak, now I'm just going to do the same thing with Ramadan. You can also use different font if you want. I like script better for garlands, but you can use block fonts as well to make it bigger. The basically depends on the size of the space. So the space where I'm going to put this is like kind of smaller, so I made a smaller garland, but it's up to you if you want to make a bigger and statement garland. Whatever you want to do, it's up to you. As when we are creating things, it's according to our design and stuff, so depending on the space we are decorating as well. So now I'm just going to simply put the lanterns as well. Just want to make sure they are in the center. It's not also want to make sure that the both lanterns are glued equally. And so now I'm just going over with the hot glue and just making sure that it's stuck well. Once it's dry, while we're waiting for it to dry, I basically cut out 3 threads again, and I'm just going to make 3 hanging lanterns and attaching it to the garland. So want to make sure that the string size is the same, and then we are just gluing them in equal length, so it's not it doesn't look weird when you hang it up. I can see that I did one, and then I'm just doing the other one. And now I did the third one. And this is how it looks like. So this is the look we are going for. And now you can see there are two ways you can do it. You can do it without the hanging one, or you can do it with the hanging one. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like our video.